Dreams. Dreams is a game where you're able to create your own animations, 3D models, characters, games. If you can dream it, you can make it in Dreams. This is episode 57 of our Dream Streams. We're pretty much just going to create stuff, and I'm going to show you some things that I've been building behind the scenes, because I actually use Dreams for work, so I actually have been using Dreams a lot. Like, whether or not you see it on the stream, I have still been playing Dreams. Well, let's see. Let's check activity, because I'm constantly getting hit with notifications on Dreams. So someone followed my 30-minute castle challenge collection, which is essentially made up of a collection of castles. Well, it's a collection of castle pieces to where you're able to very quickly make a castle if you need to make a castle for something. I specifically created that for a 30-minute challenge we did, where the idea was to try and make a castle in 30 minutes. But you also had to include a dragon and, I think, treasure. Looks like this guy used a wood crate bridge that I made. This guy used a slime chase enemy that I made. This guy used a monster enemy that I made. This guy used a wood crate wall that I made. This guy used a street floor that I made. That's for platforming games. This guy used a wood crate wall that I made. This guy used another street floor that I made. Another person followed the 30-minute castle challenge thing. I got it. My game that I made for work, CCRE Hospital Project. That's cool. That's something that just got fully wrapped up into a game. I had made the levels before, but it wasn't like a game until today. Like, I didn't package the levels together into a dream until today. Let's see. Right now I'm pulling up the live chat for this dream stream on my laptop because the PS4 is notorious for not connecting over. Let's see. So I almost have the live chat fully set up. Beep boop. There we go. Now I have the live chat pulled up. It seems like I might have to let people know that I am streaming Dreams, because I feel like a lot of times people end up missing it. Let's see. And then there we go. So I just messaged a couple people to let them know that I am streaming Dreams. So now, let's continue. Someone gave a thumbs up to Strawberry Princess. Somebody gave a thumbs up to Teacher's Desk with Chair and Props. I actually just made that today. Somebody gave a thumbs up to my fighting game, to my soccer game, to my... Oh, somebody actually used my hospital building lobby interior. That's been really popular. People have been using that a lot. Somebody gave a thumbs up to the hospital project game. Okay, and I think I've seen all these other notifications beforehand. Let me show you guys some of the cool stuff that I've been working on recently. Here's an animation that I made today for work. It's just a test. Essentially, we want to use this for video intros, where a teacher just walks up and writes something on a chalkboard, and then just looks back out at the viewer. So it's fairly simple and fairly short, but I can make it say anything. It doesn't have to say test. So that's the first animation that I made for work. I made a whole bunch of stuff for that, including an entire collection that's available for anybody to use, that contains all the props and all the pieces that I created, even the animation scene itself, for people to be able to remix and use to try and make their own animations. Let's see. Someone took my 2D platforming character that I made, like 2D platforming player character that I made, and they gave them a health bar. The character I made already had the ability to climb, but the health bar I thought was a nice touch. They had redesigned my character and made them look like a green bug, but in order to keep that functionality while also allowing for people to kind of customize the character however they want, I removed the bug aspects that they put on the character made him look more like a default character so that people could easily edit him. And then I also added a score display. So now he has the health bar and the score are both monitored at the top of the screen. The health bar, I think, looks a lot nicer than the score display that I made. But it's just to like stack on functionality. Also, he has the ability to climb. I don't have any climbable walls here, but he can climb. He has all the other abilities that you'd expect a platforming character to have, including the ability to slide. And you can keep track of your score and your health bar. So you pop him in, and you don't have to worry about popping in like a health displayer or a score displayer. They're all packaged together. So that's the idea behind that. Let's see. This is a character design kit. So if you want to try and make your own characters, I have like a few different like eye options here and like outfit accessories and hair. And they have like one mouth and a couple characters that I've made that people can use in order to try and like remix them and create their own characters. Let's see. I tried to make some eyes. I realized that making like little glowing eyes is actually rather creepy. Let's see. I messaged Kaylee and Kratos, but I messaged them in the big group chat. I should have messaged them in the Dreams group chat, also called the Dream Team. So I'll just message them directly there. Let's see. So I'll just say I'm currently streaming Dreams. Because I know that's something that they've been asking about for a while. Let's see. So I made this character for work, for that teacher animation I showed you guys earlier. This character I made in order to test my ability to animate stuff, because I haven't really done a lot of character animation in Dreams. I used him to make the drummer punk in space animation. So I'm going to share that with you guys. So I actually really like how that animation turned out. That's like my first real attempt at doing like character animation. I actually originally tried to animate him doing a dance that involved only his arms and his head. And then when I looked at how the dance animated, I was like, it looks like they're playing like a drum set, but there are just no drumsticks and there's no drum set. So then I customized the character to make them look like a drummer. I put a drum set in front of them. I gave them like drumsticks in their hand. And I feel like it really worked. I then found a song that had drums in it that kind of sounded the way that it looked like the drums were being played. So I didn't actually have to sync anything together. The song just happened to work with the animation as it already looked. So I actually really like this little animation that I made. And it's remixable, so if anyone wants to remix this and do their own thing with it, you're totally open to that. Kaylee said, boy, you get dreams on whenever I'm doing something. She said, do y'all want to join our Spirited Away call? Right now, Kaylee is watching a Studio Ghibli movie, Spirited Away, with a group of friends. Well, I'm going to say no thank you, but thank you for the offer. I am still dreaming dreams. Okay, here we go. Oh, and I'll also say, I hope you guys have fun. There we go. So, next up, I've been working on this 2D platformer city kit. Essentially, these are pieces that I think would work well for a 2D platformer that takes place in a city. This looks a little bare. That's because this is part 2. In part 1, I have like all these assets that I've set up. But Dreams actually limits how many assets you can put in a collection, which is why I had to make a part 2. Beth said, it makes me uncomfortable when you stream Dreams while Kaylee is busy. Yo, Beth, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Let's see. I also made this Assassin's Creed 2D platforming character who also has like a climbing ability to where he's able to climb walls. The way that I made him was that I took a 2D platforming player character with climbing ability that I had already like set up, and I took elements from an Assassin's Creed character model that someone had already made, and I resized them and stuck them to the character. I also recolored the character to give him a kind of like skin tone. But I like how he turned out. He has a big head, but all the platforming characters have really big heads. So it makes his like hood thing like ginormous, like way bigger than you would have thought. Let's see. Kaylee said, "Okay, thank you. Hope you get on Dreams sometime soon again, so we can do a challenge." Most def. I definitely would be down for that. I should type that to her because she's currently commenting on Facebook. Most def. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. My neighbor's dogs are going like crazy. But yeah, I like how this little like Assassin's Creed character turned out. It took me a while to like get him to like a state that I thought was like satisfactory, but I feel like he has just enough Assassin's Creed elements on him to make him like identifiable, and he mechanically works just as well as the normal 2D platforming climbing character. Let's see. I made a lot of trash can based platforms because I felt like they were a type of platform that would work really well in my 2D platformer city collection that I just hadn't thought about. I made a more urban styled climbing wall for 2D platforming games to go with the 2D platformer city kit. Here's a two-sided climbing wall that's just like basic. There's no like stylization on it or anything like that. I think this one's actually already been used in a level by somebody. Speaking of seeing a level where somebody's used my stuff, I want to show off this game right here. So this game is called City Madness, and it is a game that's created by, I don't think I know how to say your name, Lokio Seba YouTube. I think that's how the name goes. But they used my, this UI is new. I played this before, but he's updated it since then. So he used my 2D city platformer kit to make this game. And I had a lot of fun playing it, because as I played through it, I was like, oh, he used this asset that I made. Oh, and he used this asset. And oh, I like how he used this in a creative way. So I haven't played the final version. I'm definitely hyped to play the final version, so I'm going to play it now. Let's see. Oh, he added coins to the game. That's cool. Oh, and he added the new hover pads. I don't think the hover pads were in the game the first time he did it. What is this thing? I actually don't know what this thing is, this little platform. Is it like a checkpoint? Okay, I really like how he used these enemies. He put them in the background where you couldn't kill them, but they do add an interesting challenge. I like how he used that static melee enemy. I also like that he added the climbing wall stuff. He appears to be using the stick bug climbing wall character that one guy had made before I made a more generic version of said stick bug character. It's interesting that he has the forklift submerged in toxic waste. That's different. I think it's cool that he changed so much about it, because it practically feels like a new game. Oh shit. I made those little like slime enemies down there using the generic media molecule enemy and pairing it with, well, not pairing it with anything, just restylizing it to make it look like a slime. I love that he made a car a platform by flipping it upside down. I added cars to the city platformer kit as platforms, but I never thought about flipping them to make them platforms. I think that's a really cool idea. Let's see. One issue that I've seen his game has sometimes is that you can get knocked off center to where you can't actually progress forward the way that he intended. Also, I still don't know what these like little D-pad commands do. And I ran out of time. Okay, so let me jump back in. I do like that he made it a time challenge. I'm surprised there's no music in this game, because I feel like he's put in a lot of like good stuff. I feel like music would definitely go a long way. I like that there's a sound effect whenever you collect a coin. That's pretty neat. I also like that he added the rain effect. Weather effects are something that I added to the kit a little bit later to allow people to further stylize their games. I'm like insta-dying when I jump down. I must be getting hit by like multiple enemies at once. Alright, here we go. So I made it to the end. I do like what they have done with it so far. I didn't experiment with those D-pad controls. I'm tempted to go back in just to see what they do. What? They're like little menus that you can access by hitting areas of the D-pad. What happens if I hit potion? There's power activate. I don't know how you trigger the little D-pad things. They look cool. I just wish I knew what they did. Or how to activate them. But still, nonetheless, cool game. I like what they're doing with it so far. So now that I've played through their game that used a lot of the assets and stuff that I created, I wouldn't mind making something. I wonder what Kratos is up to. Let me hit up Kratos and ask him what he's up to. Because I saw that he read the message in the Facebook chat. Also, I'm surprised that Dreams won the poll, but it seems like people haven't really like shown up for Dreams. Because the poll got like 6 votes, and one person voted for like a writing vlog, and everybody else voted for Dreams. So I'm curious if like no one got the notification. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I know what I could do. For work, I've gotten the okay to work on a like an educational game that has actual gameplay elements. So I can start trying to collect stuff for that. So let's see. Let me find a circuit board. Nothing comes up if you type in circuit at all. That doesn't sound right. It's in my creations. That's why it wasn't working. Okay. Here we go. So this guy made a circuit tile. This would likely make a good platform for my game, because I want it to give it kind of like a Tron aesthetic. So I could see this being used as a platform. And just to test it, let me take a 2D player character with climbing ability. And let's go into play mode. And yeah, it's solid. So we could use that. I imagine I could create different colored variants of it to help, keep it fresh. I'm gonna hit don't save on that. And let's start up a collection. I want to collect a bunch of assets that I think would be cool in the game. So let's see, when I go to recent, I can hit circuit tile. Put that in as a platform. Let's see, Kratos said, not today, unfortunately. Oh, okay. So I'm going to hit him up and be like, no problem. I hope you are having a happy day today. Cool. Let's see. So that'll give me more time to work on this then. Nothing wrong with that. So here I'm going to set this up as circuit platform. Well, sorry, I don't need to. I just need to label that like platforms. I got ahead of myself with saying circuit platform because it's not like that whole section is going to be circuit platforms. I thought I had to burp. That was really weird. It's like I was like prepping as if I was going to sneeze, but not for a sneeze. Let's see. So, cyber platformer or like cyber security platformer? Because I don't have a name for it. Maybe cyber platformer kit. Let me get rid of the cybersecurity part. I mean, it's going to have to do with cybersecurity, but the way the assets work, I mean, you're not going to think cybersecurity necessarily. So we're going to have circuit platforms that you're able to use to like jump around. I need to think of like more assets that I want for my game beyond that. So platforms are always good. If I could find like cool backgrounds, that would be nice. Or even like interesting like digital effects. I wonder what happens if you just type in digital. I imagine it'll show like people have made digital clocks and stuff like that. Let's see. So I'm just looking around to see what comes up when you type in digital. It's nice sometimes when you stumble upon music that doesn't feel jarring. It definitely can feel jarring sometimes when you're looking through and you're not expecting music and then you just hear music. Yo! This is the kind of thing that I want to see. What? Yo! What does that look like when you hit play? Nice! So, I could potentially use this as like a background. This is more or less exactly what I'm looking for. If that bar fills up, what happens? Because I would want this background to persist through like a whole stage. Also, I would love to look under the hood of this. Because this seems like a very like well done like skybox / paint effect. But whenever I put in these little environment objects, I can never figure out how you're supposed to then edit them. This might be it. There we go. Oh, is there music attached to this? Interesting. So here are the text displayers. What happens when the bar fills all the way up? I guess would be my question. Is there going to be like a dramatic change in the environment? Gosh, they did a good job at this. This looks really neat. I feel like this will work really well with my game concept. But I don't know if the bar is just aesthetic. Or what? How does the music thing work? Oh, it's just looping. Oh, and the bar is also just looping. So that's the bar progression, that's the bar itself, and then that's his credit that he put in. I'd probably get rid of the music. Wait, does the music affect the world? I notice it's plugged into sky brightness. That actually is kind of fascinating. Maybe I won't remove the music, but I'll get rid of the music. Like, I'll turn the volume down to 0, specifically because I want to be able to use this with like any kind of soundtrack I would want. Let's see, and I can keep that the way it is. And then for testing purposes, I'm going to delete this microchip. Oh shit. This is more than meets the eye. So the microchip is only like part of this grander thing. It only controls the skybox because you still have this paint effect, which is cool, but now it makes me very curious. What is the paint effect? Is it the keyframe? No, because I deleted this whole chip and the paint stayed. Well, that's kind of wild. So I don't fully understand this, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scope out. I'm going to delete this floor, and then I'm going to save this like digital space background or whatever. Now that I removed some of the elements that I didn't want. Let's see. So I would definitely call this an effect, and I would say like digital world skybox. And then I'm going to add this to my collection. I wonder if someone's made a straight up like matrix like binary skybox. I think that'd be cool. Oh yo, I'm missing people in the live chat. My bad. It's because the PS4 live chat isn't working. Jahid said hello. Yo Jahid, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy today? Discussion topics you like to talk about on the stream. GoBo Gaming said hi. How are you, sexy? Fantastic as always. Thank you for asking. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy and any discussion topics you like to talk about on the stream? Let's see. So now I'm going to save that to be remixable. I'm going to exit creation, and then I'm going to go back to the collection, edit this, and add a section for like skyboxes, backgrounds, etc. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll call it like probably like skyboxes and world effects, because this is more than just like fancy skyboxes. There we go. And then I will add to that section this digital world skybox. So with these two things alone, you can kind of start like working on like a level. I would like to find more skybox stuff though than what I currently have. I still also need to find more platformers. Well, platforms rather than for the platformer. Huh. I didn't know what to expect when I grabbed that. Code Lyoko C. I guess I'm curious what makes it a Code Lyoko C and not like any other C. Also, shout out Code Lyoko. I haven't seen all of it, but I remember watching it when I was a kid. I know that like the 5th or 4th season is like done in like French, and it's like live action. Let's see. So I'm not sure if we're gonna run into anything else that's as cool as what we just saw when it comes to like the big digital world skybox. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Oh, crap. Yeah, I don't understand this. But it feels really weird to look at. This music's giving me like Samurai Jack vibes. I don't know if this is something I would like add to a game or not. I notice as I try to get physically closer to it, the way that it grows and shrinks, it makes it almost seem like you don't get very close. What does it look like to move through this thing? Because it essentially is like a tunnel. I don't know if it would be disorienting to have like a level where you move through a tube like this. But I think that could be very visually interesting. This is wild. Good show to whoever made that. Let's see. I'll not use it for now, but that's definitely cool. Let's keep searching. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. So we're gonna keep looking through. Hopefully we'll be able to find what we're looking for. That spider alien thing looks like ukulele. Looks like monster ukulele. That's cute. I like how they did that. Ooh, they have ladder climb logic. I recently got into like the climbing character stuff. Do 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 do. Anti-anxiety. Are these all games? Yeah, you can't put like a full game inside of your own game. Gameception. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna run into another like full-on digital world or whatever. We kind of lucked out, I think, that one time we did. So I'm going to now type in like binary, see if we can get like a cool like binary code like backdrop. Let's see. I'm curious how easy it would be to just make that myself. A binary code backdrop. Well, I didn't see anything like what I was looking for. What happens if I type in like code? My own thing comes up, but that's because I made it. More than likely, my thing is not what normally comes up first. Probably like one of these things, I guess. So I'm hoping that I can find something that has a lot of like digital stuff around it. Like just something that makes you feel like you're in a digital world when you look at it. Ay, ay, ay. Do, 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 do. I'm also thinking that wires could be like a cool type of platform for this game. Like platforms could be like circuits, and then to connect the circuits you could have wires that could maybe like twist and turn in different directions that you have to walk on. But I'm thinking about making it a 2D platformer, so the wires couldn't get too crazy. Maybe they could bend vertically, but you wouldn't want them to bend horizontally unless you could still walk across it. Well, I mean, technically you could have gaps in it. It's interesting, imagining how that would work. See, I typed in code, which is leading to like a ton of stuff, which is fine. It's fairly easy to scroll through stuff and determine whether or not like any of it like pertains to what you're looking for because of how like the thumbnail system works. Jack Slash said hello and sorry I'm late. I was in class. No problem, Jack Slash. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do any questions for your boy? Do any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Right now, I'm trying to find assets for creating a educational game where you're inside of like a virtual world. So that's what I'm currently looking into. I'm specifically trying to find more backdrops that I can use for levels so that the world won't necessarily always have the same look. I'm currently trying to find something that looks almost like a waterfall of code around you. I think that would be really cool, especially if it was similar to like the Matrix like code stream or whatever. Godzilla said, you sigh and you shake your head. You realize that they've been lying to you for years now. You wonder what the hell they were trying to hide. Maybe something about the human race, or maybe it was something else entirely. Yo, Godzilla, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Using like a random line from your AI Dungeon 2 campaign that leads into like a bit of intrigue as a starter really reminds me of whatchamacallit. It reminds me of a YouTuber I watch. Whenever he talks about a character, he'll use a random quote that character has said as the intro to the video. So before he says anything else, he just quotes something directly about or said by that character to get you kind of like interested in learning more about them and to give you kind of an idea of who that character is. Godzilla said, the council betrayed me, I think. Interesting. You mentioned that the members of the council were like the strongest aliens you'd encountered so far in your AI Dungeon 2 story. So them betraying you I think is cool because it's going to lead to some cool fights because you're like they're the strongest ones there. I still haven't seen like a code backdrop, but it's fine. I'll try typing in like Matrix to see if we can specifically get the Matrix code. Hey! This is called Matrix Effect. Huh. I feel like I can use this in interesting ways. Potentially. Like I could take a character, and I could stick some of this binary stuff to a character. How does this one work? So it's like a black wall and the matrix code just kind of streams down in front of it. I wish that I had that, but it was like all around the world. I was hoping for like more from that wall. What about this one? That's also just on a black wall. Let's see, Godzilla said, oh my god, they are. He said, you say, you were with the aliens? They all look at each other again and then nod. They tell you to keep quiet about this. I mean, if they're telling you to keep quiet about it, it doesn't sound like the council's immediately gonna mess you up or whatever. You should ask them, what's their intention, I guess. That might be interesting. Like, try and figure out, are they really, truly, fully on the alien side, or what? Yo, somebody made an Ultimatrix. I feel like I've looked at stuff like that before on here. That feels new. See, I like that they have all this, like, all these raining code effects. But I'm surprised that they don't have a big one that covers the whole land. Godzilla said, what do? Talk to the council. Ask them, like, to pick a side. That's what you should do. Ask the council to pick a side. They're either with you or they're with the aliens. I think that would help you, like, accomplish what you're trying to do. Jack Slash said, I'm looking to change the world. Tell me more. That also sounded like a New World Review intro for their character. Just like a out of context quote, but still cool. Yo, what is this? Techno veins. Aw, shit. I'm finding like more stuff like that. I could put that on like a surface or even on a character. Similar to my idea for what I was going to do with this like binary. Make it look cool. So I fuck with both of those things. Sound visualizer. That could also potentially be cool. I could maybe do something with that. It's definitely digital. So I originally was looking for things that I could use as backdrops. But I think those things could be interesting to use to like flavor assets and stuff. Give them more of that digital vibe. It's trying to like recommend stuff to me that I might like. And those first few recommendations were pretty on point, so. It got me searching. Yeah. Let's see. I think now we're outside of the realm of like stuff that I was hype about. So let's jump backwards. We don't have to scroll all the way back. Unnecessary. So here's what I'll do. I will add these digital effects to the collection that I'm working on for the cyber game. So this is called Skyboxes and World Effects. I guess I want a section that's just for like small effects to not confuse them with like world effects. Here we go. Let's see. And then I'll go to recent. And I'll add that like sound visualizer effect. I'll add techno veins. That's a cool effect. Oh, they're made by the same guy. That guy makes cool stuff. Let's see. Yeah, he even made this like matrix effect too. I like his digital stuff. I wonder if he'll have like named a weird thing that works as like a big skybox that I could use. So that might be an interesting lead. Let's see. Godzilla said, you say, pick a side. You're with us or you're with the aliens. Make your choice. Godzilla said, the next day you meet up with the rest of the council. Most of them have decided to stay loyal to the humans, while one has already left and joined the aliens. Hey! Now the aliens actually have at least one strong adversary for you to fight, so I think that's going to be cool. Ryan said, hello. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do any questions for your boy? Do any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Right now I'm getting some assets set up for a platforming game that I want to create for work. Let me change this to platforms, walls, and bridges. Excuse me. See, platforms, walls, and bridges. Cool. So using that circuit board, I can create a variety of like pre-made platforms that I know that I'll use a lot. Godzilla said, we know that the aliens are making super soldiers. Really? So what are the abilities of the alien super soldiers, Godzilla? Godzilla, by the way, is talking about an AI Dungeon 2 campaign that he's been playing since December of last year, which is a pretty long time to play like an AI Dungeon 2 campaign. Like to just play like the same one. So he has like this big lore that he's like built up. He said because they made this big super soldier alien that was like a giant octopus crab alien. I imagine it had like tentacles it used to move around, but then it had like giant claws that it used to attack with. So that sounds pretty dope. Ryan said, did you see that Anthony left? Oh, Anthony left the group chat? I did not know that. Do we know why Anthony left the group chat? Godzilla said they can wipe out entire squads and they are very powerful. He said yes, and it could fly. Did it have like wings or did it fly through like non-conventional flight? Godzilla said, I don't know how, but it flew. Oh, okay, so he's like, I don't know. Also, I just remembered I was going to look at this creator's work and see if they had more stuff that would work for. Ooh! Let me look at this. So it's just a little digital walking character. I feel like I could potentially use that as like a background NPC or something. I don't know. For now, I won't use that one. Like that little walking dude. But there are some other effects that I think are pretty interesting. This one looks pretty cool. I could use this to label like hazards in the game. I think this one guy is going to make some pretty cool stuff that I can use in my game. I need to click edit, and then I need to go to his page. My mind is like, how am I gonna do it? How am I gonna get to his page? Okay, view cover. Here we go. Now I can get to his page while I'm editing the collection. Then from here, I can add effects like that. Okay. He has a lot of cool stuff that he's built. I'm seeing things that I could have used in my city builder kit that I still can use in my city builder kit. So I might Yaga like some of that stuff for the city builder kit. I don't know if I'm gonna grab the walking pedestrian. I feel like if I like add more to it, like I make it walk like left and right or whatever, you could put it in the background of a stage and make a city feel lived in. Let's see. Ryan said he said to contact him when the in real life hangouts begin. I saw a message like that, but I didn't see when he actually like dipped. Godzilla said, now I need a next quest. Ryan said, well, he said hangouts, so I suppose not necessarily IRL, just the next hangout. Understandable. Godzilla said, Nick, what should I do? So you guys are still trying to free the planet from the aliens' control. Have you guys taken down all of the cities that are controlled by the aliens yet? Derpy Assassin 19 said, AI Dungeons? Yo, Derpy Assassin, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Guys will say, yes, I'm talking about my AI Dungeon 2 campaign that I'm playing right now. While he's playing AI Dungeon, I am working on assembling assets for a platforming game that I want to make that has like a digital world cyber theme to it. So I'm pretty hype about that. Let's see. I think another cool platform I could use would be like a floppy disk. Dreamiverse. Here we go. So if I could find a floppy disk. Let's see. And I could either use the floppy disk as a platform, or I could potentially use it as like a collectible. You know, I could like change its purpose or redesign it to do what it needs to do. We'll figure it out when the time comes. Let's see. Godzilla said, not yet. Should we take one out? If I was playing your campaign, that would be my goal. My goal would be to take out all those cities. If you wanted to get really hype off of that one council member betraying you, you could dedicate like your current motive to being like taking down that council member. You could team up and be like, okay, council members, you guys can't be on the sidelines anymore because one of your own is on the bad guy team. We need to work together, combine our powers, and we'll be able to easily beat this like new council guy. Because not only do we have to beat like the council betrayer or whatever, we also have to defeat the super soldiers of the aliens. And you're like, the croc cannon may not be enough to take them down on my own. I need you guys' help. I think that would be cool. Nostalgic K Gaming said, hello everyone. Yo, Nostalgic K, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do any questions for your boy? Do any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Godzilla said, he is probably really powerful. And he also said, cool. Hey, yo. Let's see. I do want to have little, like, computer terminals. I feel like those will be more props than platforms, though. Ooh, I said computer terminal, and it read my mind. I like the little options that come up. That one is very high tech. Oh, it's animated? I kind of like this one. It's like a little bit more cartoony. I could see that being like a prop. That one looks different, for sure. Pretty unique. That one's very simplified. I like this one. But I'm not going to put it under platforms, walls, and bridges. I'm going to put it as its own thing, as a prop that I can use to decorate the game world. Let's see, Godzilla said, I'm going to go take out a city. He said, we've been attacking nearby alien camps and military bases. Have you encountered any other super soldiers, or was the crab monster the only super soldier you fought so far? On immersive daydreaming, like on the subreddit for immersive daydreaming, this one guy was talking about a daydream he had where there were these giant slugs that were destroying the entire world. But it seemed like inside of his like fantasy world, people didn't care. Like, there was no way to stop them. They were immune to like all weapons and stuff like that. So people were just content with it. And because the slugs were so slow, people would just move whenever it seemed like a slug was on its way to attack. And I asked him, like, so they're immune to all weapons, but can they be dried out by, like, salt? And as soon as I brought that up, he was like, oh, well then people by the water would probably be safe, like people by the ocean. And I was like, huh. You know, I wasn't thinking about it in that way, like areas that have high salt concentrations would be immune to the slugs. I was thinking, like, if they're immune to all weapons, why didn't people just start using salt weapons? I was like, that just makes sense. Let's see, Godzilla said the crab monster was the only one. And then he said, I think it was the more weak. So you feel like the crab monster is like some baby, like poo-poo. But you feel like the future super soldiers you'll be fighting will be that new hotness. They'll be a challenge. But maybe not as challenging as that guy who betrayed the council. Godzilla said, yeah. Let's see. So we have some effects. We have some platforms. We have some props. Let's see. I want to make a player character for this world, but I'm also still trying to assemble certain elements of the collection. Let's see. I guess I want to add, like, goals. I think that would be cool. So let me go to goal. So countdown timer goal. We're going to add that one in. Well, we'll also add in score goal while we're at it. Yeah. And let's add a little note for both of those things. And just call them goals. I think I know of another effect that I want to see. I kind of want, like, floating bits or whatever. Almost like a particle effect of, like, bits rising. I feel like I could do something cool with that. Godzilla says some baby poo-poo super soldiers. Jack Slash said, I'm Master Mushin. Tell me more about Master Mushin. Is that the name of the master from Kung Fu Panda? Because that's the first thing I thought. I imagine not. I imagine he's a part of your Jack Slash fictional universe, which I would love to hear more about. So definitely feel free to fill me in. Let's see. The goal flight ring, I think, is like a big circle that you can run through, and it's like the end of a level. I'll add that. It's not like a bad addition by any means. Let's see. So I want, like, the digitized bit particle effect thing. What happens if I type in cyber? Well, hold on. It's specifically set to my creations. So I'm going to go to Dreamiverse. Aw, man. They made like an air hockey game. That made me miss playing air hockey. It's been a minute. Last time I played air hockey was at Stars and Strikes. I believe. Oh, that's a music thumbnail? I love that thumbnail. My goodness. Jack Slash said self-movement. Self-movement? What is self-movement? Also. Yo. So there's like a cyberpunk city called Cyber City. That seems kind of interesting, not gonna lie. Apparently people have made like a good few like cyberpunk city scenes. I noticed they've gone for like the strong like neon lights. Well, it was weird to say strong, like colorful bright neon lights. That definitely does give a vibe. I'm curious if I need to try and incorporate more neon light stuff. Those buildings seem kind of cool. I think if I wanted anything like that, like those like big like city buildings, I want them to be like a background. Let's see, guys. Lil said my army is very powerful, but not as powerful as the aliens. So last time I checked in, it seemed like your best weapon was the croc cannon. Have you guys gained any new weapons in your AI Dungeon 2 campaign? It's got glowing eyes. I wonder if anyone's made any Danny Phantom like character models. That looks very expensive. Let's see. That has a lot of sculpture memory. Also looks kind of cool. Why is it worth so much sculpture memory? If it was a little less expensive, I could see myself using it. I love all the different like faces. You could rotate this cube and it could represent a whole bunch of stuff. People adding in credits. They should add that to a README so that it's not as invasive to the actual art. Like something that's like stored in like a microchip. Gosh, I actually really love this cube thing. And I get why it's so expensive, is because it has like all the other sides. But if you were to grab this and then be like, so I'm only going to use this side, you could delete all the other sides and then like just see this. And then later you could be like, I'm only going to use this side, and you delete all the other sides. And if you do that, it'll probably be less expensive sculpture memory wise, but you still have one asset that's worth like a whole bunch of assets. I don't know. I can't prove whether or not that would be the actual case. Like, or if it would still just be expensive, so. I'll give it a like, but I won't add it to the collection. There's a lot of Cyber City stuff. Specifically. But I'm not necessarily trying to create like a cyberpunk city as much as I'm just trying to find assets to make like a more of a straight up digital world style game. Let's see. Cyber Rock 3 Light. Ooh, actually, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about static and like grids and stuff. On my own thing appeared. Let's see. Man, this is good for like getting ideas and like inspiration on what I'm gonna do. So, what was that? Oh, it's a Witcher fight scene. I was like, was that like a cyberpunk medieval thing? It threw me for a minute. There's so many things here. Let's see. So, I'm gonna want more neon stuff, more grid stuff. It's definitely true. Interesting. The way the apartment building was constructed, for a moment, I thought it was just like an effect. Cyber may have too much stuff for me to try and like dig through like all of cyber. Maybe too much. So let's go for something different. Let's type in neon. And then let's say effect. So there are some neon arrows. That could potentially be cool. Let me view that. I like it. you could use this as like a guide to like show players like where to go. So we're gonna stamp that in. It has like a gameplay element, like similar to how this like caution effect adds like a gameplay element. You could put it like around like a hazard. You could put this to show the player where to go in a stage. Let's see, Ouija said, hey, yo, Ouija, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do any questions for your boy and any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Right now, I'm trying to create a collection of assets so I can create a virtual world style 2D platforming game in Dreams. Dreams, by the way, is a game for PS4 where you're able to create your own games, animations, characters, 3D models, etc. And I actually use Dreams recreationally and for work. And this is actually a work project thing that I'm currently thinking about. Godzilla said, I was wrong. Rose is not a soldier, but she is a ship doctor. Does that mean that she's a doctor for people who ride on the ship? Or is she a doctor for ships? Like, are ships biological beings that require, like, medical attention rather than mechanics? Because if so, that is interesting. Let's see. Ouija said, huh, looks like you're a chill guy. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. And welcome. It's good to have you. Let's see. Godzilla said, yes, she is a doctor on a ship. Oh, okay. Makes sense. If Rose were to betray you guys, that would suck. Especially if she was like the only doctor. So, what would be another cool neon effect? Or just another cool thing to add to the game in general? I don't think they have any enemies in this game that look like computer viruses. I'm not sure if anybody's made anything like that.
Computer virus detected.
Let's see. I wonder, I could potentially make the main character play as a computer virus. Let's see, Ryan said he is a chill guy. Ryan said I am not a chill guy. So Ryan, why do you feel like you're not a chill guy? I mean, sometimes, Ryan, we just kind of hang out and chill. So, I mean, you've had moments where you are quite chill. So I'm surprised you're not chill. So we've got some good stuff so far. I want to add more good stuff. This will probably be like a part 1 collection. And then I'll likely have to make a part 2 collection. Yeah, media molecule enemies. I like re-customizing their blank enemies. Now we're gonna go to Dreamiverse. Media Molecule really just needs a collection that's like called enemies and it only has their enemy characters in it. Here we go. Ali, I really like these guys, the blank ones. They're made purposely for you to customize and to already like have the built-in functions that you want. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. I need static melee enemy. There we go. To be honest, the media molecule, like normal robot enemies would also be appropriate. Like they're ones where they've already customized them to make them look like robots, considering I'm already going for a cyber theme in the first place. It's weird that they don't have it here. Let's see. Where we at though? Ryan said 0 chill. Ouija said, at Ryan, your username is the truth, brother. Ryan said, it's a title from an Orwell essay that I haven't read. Godzilla said, a bunch of UFOs appeared and are making roaring sounds. He said, I think I know what that means. Super soldiers. Do you think all the super soldiers are gonna look like crab, like octopus monsters in your game? Or do you think some of them are gonna like have like varied appearances? Jack Slash said, I think She-Ra will beat Wonder Woman. Why? Tell me more about why you think She-Ra will beat Wonder Woman. Because I've read a good bit about Wonder Woman. It's been a minute since I've read about Wonder Woman. It's been like a couple years. But she's no slouch. And I'm curious if She-Ra's ever faced off against anyone like comparable to like Doomsday. Because Wonder Woman has. You know, like Wonder Woman's pretty powerful. Ouija said George Orwell, and then Ryan said yeah. And then he said, does She-Ra have some impressive feats from like the 80s show? I wouldn't be surprised if she did. There are also some crossover comic books. I don't know if they'll be canon for the Death Battle or not. And She-Ra maybe did something impressive in those that we're not aware of. Because I know I didn't read those. Godzilla said, I think they're going to be, that they're going to look like strange monsters. Different, but all strange. Interesting. I mean, that's fair. Let's see, Ouija said, my name is George in real life. Oh, good to meet you, George. It's good to have you. Let's see, Godzilla said, wait, Ouija, have you heard of George the Hungry? Oh, goodness. Ryan said, are you named after a particular George? And then Godzilla said, he is our lord. George the Hungry is a fictional character that Godzilla created. Let's see. Jack Slash said, He-Man beat Superman's ass. I am aware that there's like a He-Man like DC Comics like crossover thing. So you could argue that like if He-Man scales to Superman and She-Ra scales to He-Man, and if Superman's more powerful than Wonder Woman, then She-Ra would be able to be power scaled above Wonder Woman or something along those lines. I would have to look at that crossover to like truly see how I feel about that and whether or not I agree. Because when you say He-Man beat Superman's ass, like under what context? You know what I mean? Like, is Superman like hardcore trying to throw those hands? Oh man, he thinks the world's about to end? Or did He-Man show up and Superman's like, who's this guy? I don't know who this guy is. And then He-Man's like, you must work for Skeletor! Bam! And like hits Superman in the face. Because stuff like that happens all the time. Like where a character's caught unaware and then they get hit. And then the two heroes fight for a little bit until they eventually work together. It's always some shit like that. So, I don't know. I'd have to see. But I understand your logic if that's the argument that you're coming from. Let's see, Ryan said, there are lots of historical Georges. Godzilla said, meme. He said, George the Hungry is a dumb meme. He solves everyone's problem. Godzilla said, oh, I forgot to say, I upgraded myself. I can shoot light from my eyes, and I'm super strong. Well, which is more powerful? Your, like, light eyes? It's interesting that you say light instead of, like, lasers. Which is better, your light eyes or your croc cannon? Because if your light eyes are just better than your croc cannon, then it makes your croc cannon kind of obsolete. It'd be interesting if your croc cannon was powered by light, and if you could use your light eyes to, like, supercharge your croc cannon and shoot out, like, a massive attack. I think that'd be cool. Jack Slash said, I mean, He-Man is made of magic. That's also fair, I will say, because He-Man has magical abilities. Superman is weak against magic. So just because He-Man might be able to toss hands with Superman, and Superman may be stronger than Wonder Woman, that doesn't mean that He-Man can necessarily cross hands with Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? Because He-Man, with magic, does have, like, bonus powers over, like, Superman. Because Superman has no defense against magic. So that was actually a really good point, Jack Slash. I appreciate that. That is a good observation. Godzilla said, AI Dungeon 2 is a blast. It is indeed. Ouija said, I think I'm named after George the First of England. Interesting. Then Godzilla said, Croc Cannon. And then Godzilla said, it's like rock, paper, scissors. Explain. Oh, you mean like the Superman, He-Man, Wonder Woman thing? Like, He-Man can beat Superman, but Superman could probably beat Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman could probably beat He-Man kind of thing? I could see that. Yeah, that's that's an interesting way to think about it. I'm not sure if that 100% lines up, but it doesn't sound like far-fetched or anything. Let's see, Ryan said the first of the Hanoverians. Ouija said, by the way, what's your PSN so I can add you up? So my PlayStation name is JetBlackRLSH. I will post that into the live chat now. There we go. Jack Slash said, do you have any OC characters? A bunch. So I write books that I publish to Amazon, and I used to write books very frequently. Like, I used to write books like all the time. I'll occasionally like get into like a mood where I want to write, and I'll like do a whole bunch of writing stuff, and then I'll like fall out of the writing mood, and then I won't write as much, and I'll get back into it. But recently I've created a ton of characters for Heart of Heroes, as well as for a book series I've been working on independently called Infinite Voyage. There's currently only one volume of Infinite Voyage out. I'm still trying to figure out whether or not I want to keep doing Infinite Voyage. It's weird to stop after only one volume, but I've just had so many other ideas that I feel like don't fit in Infinite Voyage, where I'm like, Infinite Voyage may just need to like keep its ass there until I maybe one day revisit it. Because that's just how it is sometimes. Ouija said, Coolio. He said, I'll add you tomorrow. He said, my controller's fucked up. No problem. No problem at all. Let's see. Oh, I was trying to find like enemies and hazards that I could use for my cyber-based game. And really all of these things could use more. Like props. There's not a lot going on in props right now. It also would be nice if I could add some gates, because gates are pretty useful. I want to add the collectibles gate. Similar creations. Let's see. Time trial gates, I don't feel like add that much to gameplay. It really depends on the game. I'm going to add a collectible gate here. We'll add a note called media molecule gates, because those will be useful. Excuse me. I think I want to look up a teleporter effect. I could use that as like a doorway. Let's see. And now let me add like media molecule collectibles and pickups. So wow. Let's see, Jack Slash said, can you help me after I get everything done with my character story? Oh, what do you need help with? Because you mentioned that you're finishing your character story. I'm like a writer. So if you wanted me to like draw your character, I probably couldn't really help with that. But if you want help with your character story, I could potentially help with that. Writing vlogs are really cool. They're essentially vlogs that we do on the channel where we talk about our creative projects. And I feel like a writing vlog would be perfect for that kind of thing. As a matter of fact, on today's poll, the writing vlogs were an option, but Dreams won by a landslide. You guys really wanted to watch Dreams, which I'm totally fine with. I've been vibing with Dreams recently anyways. Ouija said, so how long do you stream? He said, I might have to head out soon. Let's see, right now it is 9:21 Central Daylight Time. I'll stream until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Well, I guess I'll stream until like 9:50 Central Daylight Time. Then after that, I will, in the stream, spend some time with my girlfriend, and then I'll start the stream back up at like 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. But at 11 p.m., I'll probably not be doing Dreams. I'll be doing Assassin's Creed Origins, because I'm trying to get through Assassin's Creed Origins so I can start playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But if you do have to head out soon, no worries. Thank you for tuning in. It's good to have you. I hope to see you on the next stream, and I hope that you have a happy night. Bow. Let's see, media molecule, collectibles, / pickups. Don't know why I said / pickups instead of collectibles and pickups. But I guess it doesn't really matter. So, even with just these things alone, you could kind of start working on a game. I haven't added in like even a basic character, so let me add in a basic character model. Let's see, so we got characters. And we can back out of here. That's too far back. So now I can scroll through my creations and grab, yeah, this 2D platformer character. He has climbing ability, and he has a score displayer built in. Let's see. Ouija said, sweet, that works for me, man. Hey, ballin'. So, I need to add a climbable wall. But I probably need to make a version of the climbable wall that works better. Well, it's weird to say that works better. That works better for, like, the cyber theme I'm going for. For now, I can just add this generic climbable wall. And I'll just call it climbable wall. Well, climbable walls, I guess. But that'll be a basic climbable wall. Okay. So we're getting pieces together to be able to start doing stuff for the game. Still need more power. Let's see. So I like the arrows, I like the warning icons, I like these things, I like the digital world thing. Music would be nice to add, but I'm not in a rush to add music. Different versions of the platforms would be nice. That's a lot of what ends up coming into design. I need floors. I need like big ground pieces that the character like runs across and walks on. What happens if you type in like internet? Candy Crunch for Candy. Yes, Candy Crunch instead of Candy Crush. Free 30-second trial. Use your imp to match 3 candies. Man, I haven't made a match 3 game in this, but that definitely sounds interesting. I like how they have all these internet ads. She's 51, looks 25. My goodness. Finding assets for this has definitely been interesting. It's been a challenge. Jack Slash said, what do you think about Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku? I'm not sure when we're going to see him again in the series. As for Dragon Ball FighterZ, I haven't had an opportunity to play as him yet. I do own Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's actually the first game I ever bought for the PlayStation 4. But I do not buy DLC for it. Like all my friends, well, it's weird to say all my friends, Colin and Dozer and Matt though Matt doesn't hang out anymore, they all have Fighter Z, and they all get the DLC. So normally by hanging out with them, I'm just able to play the DLC without having to buy it myself. Godzilla said the voice says, "This is where we came from. This is where you were born." Where you were born? Godzilla, aren't you a crocodile from Earth, though? What do you mean, this is where you were born? Doesn't make any sense. That's impossible. Let's see. So I'm going to hit this. I'm going to save what we have so far. I guess I kind of want to do some character design stuff. So let's leave here. And let's see if I can use some of those assets that we found to design a character for the game. So one thing that I really want him to have is kind of like that green and black aesthetic that you see on a lot of like cyber, like technopunk characters. Godzilla said it is talking about Earth. Wasn't Earth destroyed or something within your story universe, or am I tripping? Let's see. So let me go and paint him. So we're going to paint that part green, and then we're going to paint his arms black. Okay, and then I'm curious what I want his actual like skin to look like. I might give him like yellow skin, almost like a Simpsons thing. Because I want him to still be visible in like a dark digital world or whatever. So I want him to stand out. But yellow, a lot of people aren't a big fan of yellow, so hold on. I may be able to get away with giving him like a not straight white coloration, but something similar. We can make his hands white as well. I might add a glow to all of these parts, like these white parts. So if I go to tools, go to glow. I don't want him to be like too glowy, but glowy enough to where when you look at him, you can kind of like see him, I guess. Like that's my big fear, is that he'll blend into like a dark background. Because I'm planning on giving him this green and black look. But a lot of his costume, the way I'm imagining it, is black. Like more black than green. Let's see. Godzilla said, "I think the aliens are showing me memories." He said, "I was just attacked by a big tentacle monster." Hey, we got super soldiers in the house. Fucking shit up as always. My mind is like, is the foot 3 pieces or 2 pieces? That is the question. Let's see. And now we'll paint the shoes. Give them that green tint. Oh, I forgot his neck. I didn't get his neck. Okay, no problem. So let's see, we'll use the color picker. Grab that. Now his neck doesn't possess the same glow effect that the rest of his skin does. Here we go. But now it does. So right now he seems pretty basic, but that's because we haven't added some accessories. So we're gonna add some accessories to him. I want to give him like futuristic sunglasses, kind of like those visor eyes. Let's see. Godzilla said it was like a squid. You look around and notice that there are buildings, roads, and trees and other things around you. You notice that you are not alone anymore. You look around and realize that you've been transported to another world. You're on a different world? Are you like in your memories, like of Earth? Or are you like actually just on another planet? Or even like in another universe? I feel like that could drastically change your story. Excuse me. So I kind of want like Cyclops style shades for the character. In the dark, come out and play. We are a force here to stay. Hey, they have like a whole X-Men collection. Do 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 do. I'm gonna look up visor. Do 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 do. I wonder if it'll be listed under glasses or what. That's an interesting visor. Okay. Let me correct this. Figure out how big it needs to be to fit on his head. Interesting design for the visor. Well, hold on. I don't have to scope in further. Let me go to colors. Actually, I do have to scope in further. Not that deep in. Oops. Okay. Nice, and it did color both things. I wasn't sure if that would be how it worked or not. And then, I guess that would also just be green, unless he had like a black visor. I don't know. He could have a black visor. That actually might be cool. Let's give him a black visor. Let's see. Godzilla said, I don't know what's happening. He said, I will roll a die. And then he said it's a memory thing. Did the dice roll determine whether or not it was like a memory thing? You threw me when you said you're going to roll a die. Because AI Dungeon 2 doesn't require you to do stuff like dice rolls. So you're doing it as like a supplement. Which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know how I feel about it. What does it look like when I play? He's a guy. I mean, it's... I don't know. You can see through his visor is like part of my issue. Like, the visor... I guess I would want something more opaque. But I kind of like the little, like, head wings it gives him. Oh, snap. There we go. And then let me see if I can get rid of these, like, little tubes or whatever. So now he keeps the head wings, but he doesn't have the face visor. I feel like I could see the wings. Oh, yeah, duh. I don't know why I was so surprised by the score displayer. Yeah, I can see these being like a good bit bigger. Oh, they're like spaced out from each other. That didn't fix it. Oh, they are literally one object. Womp womp. Womp womp womp. Undo. Womp womp. Womp. So that can actually complicate things when it's like that. So they're like made together and they're evenly separated. That's still a safe size. That's not a safe size. So if you do it like that, they're still both connected to his head and the wings are a little bit larger. So I kind of like that. Without eyes or anything, it doesn't seem like he really has a personality. But I think I might have a solution for that. One that you guys may not expect. Let's see. Nestor said hi. Yo, Nestor, welcome to the streamers. Good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any question for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on this stream? Godzilla said 10 plus is a dream. Anything else is real. He said like 1 to 9 is real. 10 to 20 is fake. So what do you do if you like roll the die and it says that something's fake? Are you like, it's not canon anymore? Undo, revert, retry. Let's see. So I'm going to put this effect in front of his face. In between, like where he had the visor before, he now is going to have this little effect right here. And then when you hit play on the world, he has that instead of eyes. He has like a little like visualizer. It's cool that his eyes are a visualizer. I didn't put that together until I said it out loud. That's nice. I kind of dig that. It's very different. I'm curious what else I want to do in order to make him stand out more. I want him to look kind of cool. Right now, it looks like he's wearing like a shirt and like some pants or whatever. I'm thinking about giving him those, I don't know what you would call them. People at Hot Topic wear them. The fucking like punk rocker wrist bracelets that have like the spikes on them. I think that would be cool for like a character like this. And then Godzilla said, oh no, I did that for the dream thing. He said if I was actually on another planet, or if I was on the same planet, but the aliens were controlling me, he said they have time travel technology. Oh, did they like literally take you back in time and put you back on Earth? I mean, you could potentially change the whole timeline then, right? You could like save the Earth before it gets fucked over. If you wanted to. The aliens might have dug their own grave. Godzilla said, this is just wonderful. He said, I don't know, but I just found out. Interesting. Spiked, like, bracelet or whatever. I don't know what to call it. A spiked band. Nope. Accessory. Wait. I saw it. They call it a rocker bracelet. Wow, that's really big. Okay. Here we go. And then let me make sure that this fits around his wrist properly. And let's make sure this one fits around his wrist properly. The easiest way to get around trying to create like convincing eyes in dreams for your characters is to just not make eyes. Just give them some like unique non-eye based way of looking at them and saying like, oh yeah, that's their face. I noticed that this band is higher up on the left arm than on the right arm. I don't know if that's a bad thing or if that like adds character that they're different elevations. For now, I'm just gonna try to line them up. See, now that one is much lower than this one. So now they're both pretty low. Still looks like one might be a little bit higher, but he's also standing with his arms at his sides, so I don't know. Let's see, Godzilla said Captain John told me. So Captain John was like, yo, you've been sent back in time. Was he sent back in time too? When you said that, I was like, how is Captain John there? Here we go. I'm thinking about putting him around his ankles too. Hold up, undo. I guess this is fine. I was pretty sure I did a size-based thing. But when I undid the action, it said like undo move. And I'm like, resizing isn't a movement. Okay, here we go. So that will be around his ankle. Oh. Fascinating. Okay. Higher. Because he does wear shoes. I don't know why I thought the bottom would be the ankle. Okay. I'm curious if this is gonna look weird now. Oh, that one is too high up. Or you could argue the other one is too low. Okay. They look pretty even with each other. That gives him some flavor. I kind of want him to have something on his chest. A lot of characters have some kind of icon. It'd be cool if he could have like a power button or like the information eye or something like that. Let's see. Godzilla said, no, he told me that we could not beat the aliens because they time traveled away, but then we took the city. Well, I mean, if the aliens time traveled away, then yeah, it sounds like you could easily take over the city because they're not there anymore. But I would be worried about whatever they're going to change in the time stream. Ouija said, just checking back in for a second. How you guys doing? Fantastic as always. Thank you for asking. Good to see you, Ouija. Let's see. I have about 4 minutes left in the stream, so I should probably try and finish up my character before I run out of time. Godzilla said, you say, did we win? I defeated the alien leader. I don't know if he's dead, though. We won. Yes, we did. Well, congratulations. Thanks, no problem. So what happened? Did we defeat them? The aliens were using some sort of time travel technology, so we couldn't beat them. You say, I'm guessing we took the city still, right? Yes, we did. You say, and the money? And it's like, the money? Oh yeah, we got most of it. What else did you want to discuss? So, did you force the alien leader to retreat through time? Like, was that the last city that you guys needed to get? Or was that like the biggest city? What happened? I'm somewhat confused on the details. Also, in like a couple minutes, I'm gonna end the stream. Because I gotta go do my talk time with Beth. Let's see. So I'm looking for like a power button. Kind of like that. But I don't want it to be like a real button with button logic. I just want that like power symbol. Let's see. That's absolutely bizarre. I'm pretty sure I've made my own power button before. But I must not have made it public and named it. So first thing I'm going to do is paste that in. Oh, it's not clickable. The fuck? How do you add something to your world that you can't interact with? I'm always thrown whenever stuff like that happens. Let's see. Godzilla said, you say, did the city explode? And then it says, I have dust all over me, and I think I exploded the place by destroying the memory place. Ah, that would be bad for our business. Don't worry about it. What does that mean? Godzilla said, thank you for your help, Captain John. Don't mention it. Godzilla said, what was the thing that was confusing? What do you mean, what was the thing that was confusing? You mentioned that you defeated the alien leader, and I'm like, did you defeat... Like, did you win? Like, did you win the whole thing? Or did you just take that one city? And you mentioned destroying a memory, which has a weird implication. Like, I don't even know what that means. So I'm a little confused on that. There's definitely crazy stuff happening. Kevin said, hi, everyone. Then Godzilla said, no. Yo, Kevin, I'm about to end the stream, but welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. I hope you're having a great day today. But I do have to log out. I'm about to hang out with Beth. Also, Kevin, did you mention that it's your birthday this week? Because if so, happy birthday to you, Kevin! Happy birthday, dude. It's good to see you. Welcome. But yeah, I'm about to log out. Let's see. Godzilla said, no, the memory machine takes your memories. So you destroyed a memory machine. Interesting. Kevin said, today was a great birthday. That's great to hear, my guy. Godzilla said, gives you memories. Wait, the memory machine takes and gives memories? I guess that makes sense. Then Godzilla said, happy birthday. Then Kevin said, thanks, Godzilla. And thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, 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 ring the notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. So, yours, your friend, your boy, Jeb Like the One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chickadee guy.